Hi guys, this is Durga Prasad. I'm a chartered accountant. I qualified in my 2020 attempt, and I'm from Hyderabad. So yeah, currently I'm working in a corporate finance department under FP&A team. So just to get into the topic, right? So since exams are just 2 days away, I just wanted to speak. I just wanted to speak. What are the things, important things that you should be keeping in mind to give your best for your examination? So let's not waste more time. I'll just spend more 5 or 10 minutes. So let's not waste more time and then get into the topic. See, I ask every aspirant, right? Always maintain your coolness. At least starting from the first examination. I was so much stressed during my 3 months or 4 months. My 4 months I got obviously, but this examination I was always stressed. But the good thing about my preparation strategy is I always bring back that coolness exactly one day before the examination. Because the if you are cool, your brain will able to think clearly. I need not to say that, but yes, your brain will able to think clearly. And if it able to think clearly, it will give its 100%, right? It will able to grasp all those concepts. You don't have to, I'll come this later, but there's something called a subconscious mind, right? You don't have to think everything that you are going to write for examination. If you are read it properly, revise it properly, then everything will be coming directly from your subconscious mind, and you don't have to stress so much about that. But if you are under stress, you are not cool, then your brain, your subconscious mind will not work properly, whether it may be work, games, or even for studies. So please maintain coolness. And how you maintain coolness? I have a trick which I always follow. So the simplest way to maintain a coolness, always think about the worst case that will happen in any case, right? For example, what is the worst case that will happen if you fail the examination, right? If you are not able to maintain coolness, why? Because you are worried that you might fail this examination. That's why think, what will happen if you fail this examination? What are the worst thing that's going to be happen? Like your parents will be upset, or your dad or parent, mom might scold you, or relatives, obviously how the relatives vultures, right? And there are lots of your friends might be getting ahead in their lives. You might feel bad or guilty and all. So think of every wrong, negative that thing that might be going to happen to you, or you might feel. Then prepare yourself for that negative thing, right? And then now slowly you started accepting the reality that can happen. Now this examination is no longer is going to be a stress thing for you, because you prepared for the uncertain event that's going to happen to you. Just understand why you're not able to you're actually lost that coolness, right? So understand the root cause, and then prepare your brain for that problem, which your brain again and again reminds you. That's it, you will regain the coolness. Okay. And second thing, that first thing is on what coolness. And the second thing, don't try to revise so much, and right, don't try to revise so much everything under the sun, and don't at the same time don't go for deep revision, right? Two things. What do I mean? Like for example, you have, for CA exams, right, you will have at least 3 or 4 different sources for single paper, right? So that's why don't go for everything, don't revise for everything, just go in the order which is more priority. For example, RTPs can be a good priority, and then amendments. These two things usually be very good priority for any examination, right? So that's why go for RTP and then amendments first, and then directly you can go to your study material, or your whatever summary book you have for main provision. Then go and read that. That's it, over. Don't like for example, some people will start with the question bank and then their notes and all. They don't have priority which of the areas, which of the materials out of the 4 5 6 material they have for a particular paper, which of them is their priority. That's why decide that thing first. And second thing, don't go for deep revision. Even for example, RTP you are revising now, it is actually, it is alone around 20 or 30 pages, right? You cannot do that, right? So you have to always identify important provisions, especially for papers like taxation and then audit and then law papers, right? And almost every paper, of course, IDT, every paper almost. But I always read the important provision. Just remind yourself, right? Don't just go for fast and fast, scrolling, what do you say, fast and fast scrolling. You just have to remember that paper for next 24 hours, right? It's like reading a newspaper. So if I just imagine this way, if you are reading some newspaper, some article, some important provision in the newspaper, something they might be calling like regarding article 15 or something, right? You will never forget in the next 24 hours. That is the trick here. That is why don't go for deep revision. Just identify those numbers, those provisions, those percentages, whichever is lower or whichever is higher, because this is going to be lots of confusing for your DT paper. That's why always identify which are the areas that's going to be matter, because you don't have to do deep revision now, because already you would have done 3 or 4 revisions, even 2 revisions you would have done already. You don't have to do deep study again. All you have to do is remember important provisions, important adjustments. The moment you are in the examination, I know you might be feeling that, oh, what happens if I forget? You will never forget that. The moment you are in your examination hall, your subconscious mind, it will do everything, every magic it will do. All you have to do is just remember the important things. That's it. Yeah, okay. And the third thing, understand why this 1.5 days were given, right? So that's why I'm saying. So if previously, when our super seniors were there, right, I'm saying in 90s or 90s, yes. So those days there were no this 1.5 days was not there. Now it is very easier for thanks a lot to ICI, but those are not there in those times. So these 1.5 days you can utilize in order to remember those provisions, right, quickly, just to quickly touch upon every concept. That's why understand, don't go for deep revision. And then if there is I haven't seen honestly the exam calendar right now for this November 23 attempt, but yes. So make use of holidays here, right? So for example, in my November 20 attempt, I think I got 1 or 2 holidays between. And that came in before paper 6D, I mean my elective paper, and one of them at least got. So I spent all like I got 2.5 days for paper 6D, right? I studied 2 days for direct taxes only, even out of the 2.5. So I studied elective paper only 0.5. I mean that's half day, right? That's it. I have studied. I know how to prioritize the things, right? How much, even though see, if you are getting 2.5 days or 3 days for paper elective paper, there is no point of studying it for 3 days. That's why use your resources properly. Time is the most constrained resource here, right? And then paper like DT, remember me, I mean believe me, 1.5 days you can never complete the paper like papers like 6D. That's why I'm saying you make use of your holidays and then revise it properly, guys, right? Especially for papers like paper DT. And then IDT, I think you can manage, but still identify your weaknesses, which is your difficult subject. DT was it's a ocean, it's a ocean. And I was even I have revised around 2.5 to 3 days, I could not able to complete the revision properly. That's why I'm saying do it, have a strategy which is your weak area, and then try to allocate more time to that area. That's how you should be doing. And then finally, do not leave any question unattempted. Okay, see, irrespective of whatever you prepared, whether you know something or you don't know, believe me, those guys in papers like unexpected bouncers paper, I say will always give one unexpected and bouncers papers, right? Sometimes the maths also works like I say, if everyone almost is failing, I mean most of the people are failing, so I say sometimes wants to give some grace marks to people, or sometimes it might want to give some one more chance to some students, right? And it will be given to those guys who have never given up. That's why I'm saying, for example, now our November 20 attempt, SFM paper was out of box paper. Till whatever the exam still attempts ever happened till maybe 2000s or even 90s, that was the most bouncer SFM paper ever we had. And I was doing self study, right? So everyone is almost behosh ho gaya, man. Like everyone went mad in my room. But I decided I will not going to give up on this paper. I will write every question, whether I know or I don't know. I will not care, right? Even I know 20%, 10%, 30%, I will write something and come out the examination, but I will make sure that I attempted 100% SFM paper. And I did that. And I think I scored around 44 or 45 in the SFM paper, right? Lots of people, believe me, lots of people flunked only because of SFM paper. Don't, even if you don't know anything, okay, it's fine. Write something related concept. For example, if they are asking something regarding board of directors meeting provision and you don't remember regarding that, you know something about board of director, you know what is board of director, write their meaning or something, definition for board of director. Right, what are the nonsense you know about the board of director, but write something. But obviously you know that which is the best answer, you will always write the first, which will give you more marks, that thing you know. But never give up. Always, for exams like CA exams, you cannot even lose even 1 minute here, right? Because I remember in my paper 6D, even my FR paper 6D, and direct tax papers, these papers I was, bargaining for 1 minute extra, half minute extra, 1 minute for with the invigilator, and then I did write something. I cleared my entire papers. I mean, both groups single attempt, so entire thing in first and with a grace marks of around 5 marks, like overall 400. How much it is? Yeah, for 400, I think I got 405 or something. I think just 4 5 marks with grace I passed. If I would have given up even 1 minute, I would have failed in my examination. So don't ever give up even your examination, right? So again, just that's it over. So just to again reiterate what I was saying, first always maintain cool, guys, right? Just always maintain your coolness. Very easy. Cool, maintaining coolness is, people think that it's very difficult, but it's really very easy. All you have to do is become kind of lazy in your thinking, right? चल हो गया बस, अब एग्जाम लिखना है मेरे को, बिरयानी खाना है, that's it, right? So just maintain coolness. And as I said, don't go for deep revision and everything under the sun. That's it. And understand why 1.5 days were given, and then make use of your time properly, holidays properly, and put more resources where it is needed, and then do not leave any question unattempted, right? So then obviously this will increase your chances of passing. So that's it, guys. So this is Durga Prasad signing off. I try to bring more and more videos. So that's it. Thank you. Bye. And if you, in case if you want to connect with me, you can always do on my LinkedIn ID Durga Prasad Umanene, which is there in my channel, and then Instagram also is there, which is Hello Durga Prasad. That's it. Yeah, thank you.